And now for our next news special report.
Brace yourselves for a political earthquake that's left even CNN analysts in disbelief. Donald Trump's support among black voters is skyrocketing, and the numbers are nothing short of astonishing. As Joe Biden's grip on this crucial demographic slips, the 2024 election landscape is being rewritten before our eyes. In the special report, we'll uncover the reasons behind this seismic shift and what it means for America's future. And you don't want to miss our final thought. Now, as the value of the dollar continues to erode, savvy Americans are turning to gold to protect their wealth. Just like black voters are shifting to support Trump, smart investors are shifting their assets to precious metals. With the national debt skyrocketing and the dollar's future uncertain, now is the time to safeguard your financial future. Support this program and call America's leading precious metals and retirement company, Global Gold Investments. Mention this channel and receive their 5-star customer treatment, plus a free portfolio analysis and their new 2024 Insure Your Money Wealth Preservation Guide. Don't wait. Call that number on the screen. Pause the video if you have to write it down. 888-700-4148. Now, the political world is buzzing with the latest CNN segment featuring data analyst Henry Enton, who unveiled a stunning shift in black voter support. Enton, visibly shaken aback by the numbers, reported that Joe Biden's support among African Americans has plummeted from 86% in 2020 to just 70% now. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's popularity has tripled, soaring from 7% to an impressive 21%. Watch.
CNN senior data reporter Harry Enton is with us. So where does the race stand among African American voters right now?
Yeah, I keep looking for this to change, to go back to a historical norm, and it simply put has not yet. So this is the margin, or Biden and Trump among black voters, compare where we were at this point in 2020, compare where we are now. You know, at this point, look at this. In 2020, Joe Biden was getting 86% of the African American vote. Look at where it is now. It's 70%. That's a 16-point drop, John. And more than that, it's not just that Joe Biden is losing ground, it's that Donald Trump is gaining ground. You go from 7%, single digits at this point in 2020, to now 21%. And again, John, I keep looking for signs that this is going to go back to normal, and I don't see it yet in the polling. If anything, right now we're careening towards a historic performance for a Republican presidential candidate, the likes of which we have not seen in 6 decades.
And when you dig into this number here, what is the makeup of that number?
This is where we get very interesting. So I decided to dive deeper into the crosstabs, figure out where is it that Joe Biden is truly struggling among black voters. All right, so this is black voters, Biden versus Trump margin. Look at black voters age 50 and older, and you'll see, look, Joe Biden was leading amongst this group at this point by 83 points back in 2020. Now it's 74 points. So yeah, a slight decline in that margin, but nothing out of this world. Look at black voters under the age of 50. Holy cow, folks. Holy cow. Look at this. Joe Biden was up by 80 points among this group back at this point in 2020. Look at where that margin has careened down towards. It's now just, get this, 37 points. That lead has dropped by more than half, Mr. Berman. I just never seen anything like this. I'm like speechless, because you always look at history and you go, okay, this is a historic moment. If this polling is anywhere near correct, we are looking at a historic moment right now where black voters under the age of 50, which have historically been such a big part of the Democratic coalition, are leaving it in droves.
That is a huge drop over a 4-year period, at least right now. All right, what's the impact of third-party candidacies here, Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Yeah, all right, so obviously we have third-party candidates this year with the 2 major party candidates being so disliked. All right, so this is black voters, Biden versus Trump in the battleground states. This was according to a poll last month from the New York Times, Siena College. Again, looks very similar to what we see nationally, right? Joe Biden at 63, a very poor position for a Democratic candidate. Donald Trump at 23%. If we add Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to this, look where Joe Biden drops to. Less than half the vote among black voters. Less than half the vote among black voters in the battleground states. Donald Trump drops as well to 14%, so not quite nearly as historic. But look at this, RFK with 11%. You basically have a legitimate sort of 3-way race here. Yeah, Joe Biden well ahead, but with less than 50% of the vote. John, I never thought I would see something like this among black voters.
And for those questioning who Robert Kennedy would hurt more, at least in these numbers in this measurement right here, Biden loses 14, Trump loses 9. So it's clearly Joe Biden.
It's exactly right. It seems to me this is, yes, it's partially a artifact of Donald Trump perhaps being better liked among black voters, but it's also a real artifact of Joe Biden being significantly less liked among black voters than he was 4 years ago.
Harry Etten, great to see you. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was remarkable. Enton's analysis revealed that the most dramatic change is occurring among younger black voters under 50. In 2020, Biden held a commanding 80-point lead with this demographic. Now that lead has shrunk to a mere 37 points, indicating a profound shift in political allegiances. Several factors are driving this unprecedented realignment. Trump's economic policies during his presidency, which focused on creating opportunities and fostering growth, struck a chord with many black voters. Additionally, the Biden administration's perceived inability to effectively address key issues has left young voters disillusioned and seeking change. The implications of this shift for the 2024 election cannot be overstated. Black voters have long been a reliable bastion of support for the Democrat Party, particularly in critical battleground states like Georgia and Wisconsin. However, Trump's surging popularity threatens to upend the traditional political calculus. As Enton noted, we are careening towards a historic performance for a Republican presidential candidate, the likes of which we have not seen in 6 decades. This trend represents not just a statistical anomaly, but a potential watershed moment in American politics. The growing support for Trump among black voters signifies a broader desire for change and a willingness to break free from long-standing political loyalties. It underscores the importance of addressing the needs and concerns of all Americans, regardless of race or background. As the 2024 election draws closer, this development will undoubtedly shape campaign strategies and force both parties to reevaluate their approach to engaging with black voters. The political landscape is shifting beneath our feet, and those who fail to adapt risk being left behind. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. The rise of Trump's support among black voters is a wake-up call for our republic. It demonstrates that no political party can take any demographic for granted. As Americans, we must demand that our leaders address the issues that matter most to us, regardless of race or background. Only by coming together and engaging in honest dialogue can we hope to build a future that works for all. The 2024 election will be a defining moment for America.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.